Good morning. Thank you for attending today's rulemaking hearing regarding Tennessee Department of Education rules governing the Tennessee investment in student achievement. Today is April 2nd, 2026. It is now 10 a.m. and I will call this rulemaking hearing to order. My name is Skylar Travis. I'm Associate Counsel for the Tennessee Department of Education, and I'm the designated representative for today's hearing. Information on how to attend this rulemaking hearing in person was included on the rulemaking hearing notice filed with the Secretary of State's office on February 9th, 2026. For those of you in attendance, I would ask that you remain quiet while others are speaking so that all attendees can hear and be heard. Any attempts to disrupt the hearing will result in removal from the hearing. Moving into the rule that is the subject of today's hearing, the rulemaking hearing is an opportunity for the Tennessee Department of Education to gather public feedback on the proposed revisions to the Tennessee Investment in Student Achievement Rule 0520-12-05. I will begin with a short summary of the proposed rule revisions. The Tennessee Investment in Student Achievement Act, or TISA Act, transitioned the state to a student-based funding formula beginning in the 2023-24 school year. The Act specifically requires rulemaking by the Tennessee Department of Education in certain areas to define important terms and establish processes and procedures for funding disbursements. The proposed revisions update sections of the rule, including chapter definitions 0520-12-05-.02, weighted allocations 0520-12-05-.04, distribution of funds 0520-12-05-.12, and BEP transition funding 0520-12-05-.13 in response to changes in the law and state board rules. Specifically, the revisions amend references to WIDA, the state's former English language proficiency assessment, to reflect the state's transition to ELPA 2.1 as the assessment used to identify English learners. For TISA allocations calculated for the 2026-27 and 2027-28 fiscal years, the English Learner Tier 3 definition includes a maximum proficiency score on the English language proficiency assessment based on the conversion structure detailed in the state's accountability protocol. The revisions also update language related to distribution of TISA funds through the funding floor provision and safety net provisions to align with changes in the TISA law. Regarding the funding floor, beginning with the 2026-27 school year, if a local education agency's TISA allocation for the current school year is less than the allocation for the immediately preceding school year, and the LEA has experienced disenrollment, the department will allocate additional state funds so that the current year allocation equals the prior year allocation. Beginning in the 2027-28 school year and thereafter, if an LEA has previously received additional funds under the funding floor and its allocation for the current school year is less than the prior year, the department will allocate additional state funds to maintain the prior year funding level. For the safety net provision, the rule reflects updates to the TISA law specifying that an LEA's TISA allocation generated by students enrolled in non-virtual schools must decrease by more than 5% from the preceding year to generate additional TISA funding under the provision. In such cases, additional TISA funds will be generated so that the total decrease is limited to 5%. With that brief explanation, I will now move into the public comments regarding the proposed rule. Please note that rulemaking hearings are an opportunity for the Tennessee Department of Education to collect feedback on the proposed rule changes and to inform potential revisions, and is not a question and answer session. During the public comment portion of the hearing, please state your name and organizational affiliation, if any, before making your comment. Each person who wishes to speak will be allotted 3 minutes. Seeing as we do not have any requests to issue a public comment today, I would like to issue a few final reminders. These rules will next be sent to the Attorney General's office for final review and then published on the Secretary of State's website for 90 days before going to the Joint Government Operations Committee for the Tennessee House and Senate. The Tennessee Department of Education appreciates everyone who took the time today to attend today's hearing, and with no further business on the agenda, this hearing is now adjourned. Thank you.